Guys, welcome back. So today we're doing a bit of an intense video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you wanna get any more notifications about the videos to come. But anyway, we should get started. I don't have a time frame for this video. I don't have a specific list. Normally when I prepare for videos, I do my research. I talk to my psychologist friends to try and get as much accurate information as possible. I compress it all together into one video and then I regurgitate it essentially to you guys to help you out. But today is going to be a little bit different. I'm sorry if this goes on forever. You're welcome to just stop. If you don't have depression, this is most likely for you because I've noticed a lot lately that people with depression don't really have a voice. It's so casual. It's so easy to just say, I'm depressed. And then people always start off with the best of intentions to kind of say that they understand you. But as usual, that kind of begins to plummet at some point and you feel like, well, so much for that. So today I just feel like I'm going to just speak from the heart and just explain a couple of things and say a couple of things that depressed people have always wanted to say. And if you want to come at me, that's your business. But at the end of the day, you don't live in my skin, you don't walk in my shoes or anybody else's but your own. So I want you to look at this as a very insightful video about what goes through our mind when you say the things you do, when you do the things you do, and how incredibly, not annoying, but just hurtful and overall sick of it we are. If you think you're sick of our depression, best believe you haven't seen anything yet. So the first thing I noticed, as my depression got worse and worse over the years, I noticed something. I tried to be open about it at first, then I tried to not be open about it. It was a bit of a yo-yo situation with me. But regardless of whether or not you do decide to be open about it or not, there's always this thing that people think that they can do. People always think that they can make jokes about your depression to you. Listen to this. To you. If you want to talk crap, because this is a family-friendly video, so we're not going to swear. But if you want to talk crap, I really recommend you go and talk with someone who doesn't have depression, who doesn't have a history of it, who doesn't know anything about it, because clearly you're as ignorant as someone who knows nothing. Making jokes about people who are depressed, calling it stress. Let me tell you what stress is. Stress is not knowing if you're going to make a deadline. Depression is not knowing whether or not you want to jump off the bridge you're walking home through. You're not sure whether or not you want to jump off. That's depression. Stress is not knowing if your milk is overflowing because you need to go pee. Depression is not even being able to get out of your bed to make the damn milk boil on the pot. But you want to make jokes. Make jokes. You know, people say things like, you shouldn't be on happy pills. They're called antidepressants, thank you. You say things like, it's just stress. It's just a moment. It's just fleeting. What we wouldn't give for that to be true. I would give my right arm for this to be fleeting, for this to stop. You know, the overthinking and the overwhelming sense of frustration that we deal with is just unfathomable for you who has this beautiful, carefree life, which, by the way, we're happy about. Another thing, depressed people are not incapable of being happy for you. So me having a shitty day and me not bouncing off walls, but being able to say congratulations anyway, that doesn't mean that we don't care. It just means, okay, this is how much we can care right now. We genuinely are jumping off the walls. We're just incapable of it. What I've noticed is that when people have bad days, that's when you want a depressed friend. I've noticed comparisons. And sometimes I genuinely lose my faith in humanity because people think we don't notice. We don't notice that the second that something goes wrong in your life, You go to the person whose life you know has gone worse just to make yourself feel better. What kind of a human being are you? You know, I'm all about talking to people with experience who have gone through experiences that you might be going through now and talking to them and trying to get help from them. But then the second that you use that to make yourself feel better, as opposed to just learning from their mistakes, I feel like you're a crappy person. Because you're not learning, you're just going, well, at least my life isn't that bad, so I should be grateful. Really? There are so many things depressed people want to say. Like, stop laughing. Stop being ignorant. Ask questions and stop asking stupid questions. I gotta tell you this one story. I once got asked if depression was contagious. And just so you know, we have a sense of humor. Just because we have to take medication to feel better doesn't mean that we don't know how to laugh. So I hit him with, of course it's contagious. I caught my depression from a toilet seat. You should really be careful about where you put your butt. Can't believe you believed it. Like sometimes people are so funny. People are so stupid. Um, but jokes aside, guys, please stop asking us crazy things. Please stop making us feel like we're less than. You know, even if you just mean it in a joking manner, sometimes the things that you say have consequences. They stick with people. Sometimes the things you do, you might think are just small little mistakes. They could constitute very large betrayals. Do you know that betraying someone suffering from depression could end so badly? Just something as simple as telling someone a secret or saying some comment to someone else without having checked or asked or been informed. I can't even explain how many times I've been in that situation where I feel so betrayed and have no words to convey how frustrated I am because to you, the person who doesn't understand what this is, nothing has happened. You just made a mistake and we should just move on from it. Whereas for me, I am literally losing my mind. I feel betrayed, like you've taken a piece of me and stomped on it and you don't care. Or at least you care. You just don't know how much you should care. Depression is hard. I don't know how else to say it. Depression sucks. It's hard. And just because people smile, that's another thing. Just because a person looks happy right now doesn't mean that the depression flew out the window and flew south for the winter. It's so difficult. If you only knew what it takes to keep things together, waking up is a chore. Eating is a chore. Sleeping is a chore. Having to get up and interact with other human beings. Honestly, you just think, you know what, Dracula had the right idea. If I could just burst into a bunch of bats and escape all social interactions, I would. And here I am praying to be turned into a vamp because, I mean, at least that would help. Sleep during the day. Forget about everything. Eat when you want to eat. Eat how you want to eat. Burst into a bunch of bats when you want to run away from a social engagement. What is life? What is life? That would be... I just really wish that people would understand. And don't go, oh my gosh, millennials are so sensitive. Yeah, whatever. Okay, whatever. Sensitivity is one thing. Sensitivity is me being upset because you believe in, I don't know, some higher power that spews spaghetti and I believe in something else and me being offended. That's stupid. That's sensitivity. Because you're entitled to believe what you want. I'm entitled to believe what I want. And, you know, I feel like the world should be able to coexist even if we don't agree. You know? That's just life. We're different. It's cool. Whatever. You know? So it's not a sensitivity video. It's more of a, guys, it's a problem. It's an actual problem. It would be nice if, you know, you would just stop making it harder than what it is. You know, if a person has a fever, you don't go and tell them to take off their sweater. You don't make fun of their sweater. If a person is missing a foot, you know, unless you're a really crappy human being, you're not going to laugh at them for using gear to move like a wheelchair or, you know, crutches. Unless you're a really crappy person, you shouldn't be laughing at this person's problem because they are persevering through that problem. So basically this video is just asking, do you mind? Do you mind letting us go through our problem? Can you allow us the safety and the peace? Because why should people have to fight every single day to be heard and understood? Why should you have to feel like you have to justify yourself and explain why you take your meds? I take them because I need them. Because when you take a headache, no one's questioning you. It's like that chicken joke. A chicken cannot cross the road without having its motives questioned. The same way a depressed person cannot possibly be different without being asked why. If you really want to know why, and you don't want to be a real crappy human being, I'm pretty sure that with the same amount of bandwidth that you use to upload your Insta pictures, you could just Google symptoms, Google how to handle it, watch a video or join a group. This is not hard. But you make it harder on us because you know that we're willing to work our butts off to get through this. So you know we're going to persevere regardless. Please have some humanity. Please just try. A little patience goes a long ways. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, that's all for today. I really hope you guys liked this video. And if you did, hit that like button and subscribe. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful week. Bye, guys.